What if I told you the biggest threat to your crypto isn't a market crash, but a courtroom? All around the world, governments are rewriting the rules of the game. Depending on what happens next, your wallet could either be protected by new laws or frozen by them. Today, we are diving deep into the new crypto regulations, the real risks you need to understand, and why these very rules might secretly be the best thing that ever happened to your portfolio. It all started quietly, almost sneakily. Some crypto platforms began offering something called stock-linked tokens, digital assets that acted just like Tesla or Apple stocks. Sounds cool, right? But here's the problem: they weren't registered. There were no investor protections, no regulatory oversight, just a whole lot of promises. Regulators quickly called them derivatives in disguise, and that's when the alarms went off, blaring across the entire financial industry. Governments worldwide are now launching investigations and crackdowns. If history teaches us anything, especially from disasters like FTX and Celsius, some of these unregistered projects could vanish overnight. But this time, it's different. The goal isn't just to punish a few bad actors. It's about establishing control over the entire ecosystem. But here's the twist that most people are missing. Regulation isn't the death of crypto, it's its evolution. Think about it. The European Union's MiCA law just became the first comprehensive crypto framework in the world, setting a global standard for others to follow. The US is moving a bit slower, but the SEC and the Treasury are actively drafting clearer rules for stablecoins and other digital assets. So, why does this matter so much? Because this is what attracts the big money. We're talking about banks, hedge funds, and massive retirement firms. They have been sitting on the sidelines, legally unable to touch crypto until it's regulated. That's why countries are now racing to define it, to create a sandbox where institutions can play. The goal isn't to kill innovation, it's to control it, tax it, and make it safe enough for Wall Street to finally come in. And if you look closely, you'll see Wall Street is already moving in. Morgan Stanley now allows its high net worth clients, even those with retirement accounts, to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, is aggressively pushing Bitcoin ETFs into mainstream investment portfolios. Fidelity isn't just dipping its toes in, it's doubling down on building the digital asset infrastructure of the future. When trillion-dollar institutions make these kinds of moves, you can bet it's not by accident. They're not gambling, they're strategically positioning themselves for the next financial era. Regulation gives them the legal green light they've been waiting for. And once they fully move in, sure, the wild volatility might decrease, but mass adoption is set to skyrocket. So, in this rapidly shifting landscape, what should you do to protect yourself and your investments? Step 1, and this is non-negotiable, use regulated exchanges only. If an exchange is brand new, overly secretive, or promises returns that are too good to be true, it probably is. Run the other way. Step 2, if you hold crypto in specialized accounts like IRAs or trusts, you need to check if your custodian is compliant with these evolving laws. A quick call or email can save you a world of trouble. And step 3, diversify. Regulations will likely favor some coins while completely choking others. Bitcoin and Ethereum, with their established networks and growing institutional support, are likely to survive and thrive. But those meme tokens and unbacked projects with no real utility? Their days might be numbered. Despite all the fear and uncertainty, innovation hasn't stopped for a second. In fact, regulation is fueling the next big wave. We are seeing projects involving AI-integrated tokens, decentralized Web3 infrastructure, and the tokenization of real-world assets like real estate and art gaining serious momentum. Even G7 central banks are now experimenting with their own stablecoins and issuing bonds on the blockchain. The message is crystal clear. Crypto is no longer the outsider knocking on the door. It's becoming the foundational layer of the next global financial system. Yes, these regulations will bring some pain. Some projects will inevitably fail, but others will rise from the ashes, stronger and more resilient than ever. For long-term investors, this might just be the most important moment since Bitcoin's creation. Because the question isn't asterisk whether asterisk crypto will survive, it's asterisk who asterisk will survive with it. If you want to stay ahead of these massive shifts, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Every week, I break down the noise, expose the scams, and show you where the smart money is actually going. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.